Hey YouTube, how are you? It's MJ from Alta Love. What's happening? What's going on? So I actually for like the last 20 minutes have been trying to go live on Facebook and it's not letting me. So I'm gonna do a similar share here on YouTube. I wanted to talk about yoga, meditation, and owning your creatorship. That was the actual title. Yoga, meditation, and owning your creatorship. And how wonderful and tantalizing and appealing the law of attraction teachings are to us when we awaken to this idea of, wow, I can create my own fucking epic reality. How fantastic is that? And we open up, we get inspired, we feel pretty solid and amazing that just by changing our thoughts, we can change our reality. And obviously I talk about this a lot. It's actually very the thought shift is a big piece of it, but recognize the thought change has to produce a frequency change. It has to produce a vibrational shift. And my observation is that humanity is so frightened of their emotions, especially their less than comfortable ones, that they deny that they're there. And then when you deny your emotions, you basically have to deny life. You have to deny parts of your life. You have to deny people in your life. You have to just deny. And like if you're in denial, there's parts of yourself that are basically dead. There's parts of yourself that you're hidden from. And when you think of it with all this yoga, meditation, and energy work, or you think of a law of attraction of this practice of making the unconscious conscious, so making the hidden parts of yourself come alive, right? And that's often what's so scary for people, is that we're so indoctrinated to fit in, to squeeze in, to fit into this very narrow status quo, that any stepping outside of that brings up like actual panic and fear for a lot of people, right? So first of all, we have to accept that we all have emotions and we all feel the fullness of all of the emotions. So whether you're a starving child in Africa, or a incredibly privileged child in California, both of those people, both of those humans experience suffering as suffering. So this is where we really have to take a leap and stop judging one another by our circumstances, but rather judge, nope, but rather feel intuitively to what resonates with you. There is a stark difference, and I know it from within my own exploration. There is a radical difference between judgment and observation. There's a radical difference between like judgment and just presence and awareness. Judgment is harsh. Judgment ultimately feels dense and heavy, and it feels blocked, contracted. There's a real energy sometimes of like going for people. There's duplicitousness with judgment, right? There's separation. There's because, and this is where it all gets really paradoxical. We can intuitively, in our living intuition, be guided to remove ourselves from situations. We can be guided. It's an assumption of what somebody's doing and why they're doing it. But remember that it's your own assumption based on, more than often, really deeply ingrained social, ancestral, and then our own kind of karmic energy and patterning. So, and like we're all in patterns everywhere, and the best thing we can do is, again, make the unconscious conscious. So just keep looking at our patterns. Look at, and this is where I really love this platform, because because it's broken down myself. It's me breaking down myself and busting through walls of my own self-judgment just by exposing them and expressing them and putting it out there. Like I don't call myself a spiritual teacher. That's what other people call me. necessarily even call myself like a yoga teacher, but that's what the world would call me because of the circumstantial evidence of my reality. From within myself, I'm literally just a human being like, hey, other humans, what's going on? There's some crazy fucking shit out there. Do you guys agree? And then it's like, the real shift was me just taking a light and be like, I want to express myself freely. Um, I also want to be an effective human. I want to be part of the solution to a lot of the world's issues. And that's why Alta Love is producing a Zenful Zero Waste course to help people go zero waste, myself included, because Katie, the Alta Team Love member, Katie, is like on it beyond. It's going to be a really hefty course with loads of resources, so I'm really excited to launch that one. We're looking now to the end of summer to give ourselves plenty of time. The material is now like officially being downloaded, you know, like put into sections, and pretty stellar. Like, I've literally just watched a friend go from within a year. Within a year, it has taken her about a year to transition in her own living environment and lifestyle from not zero waste at all to pretty darn close. Certainly plastic free, other than reusing all the disposable stuff that was still around. Fortunately, because of my own vanity, she's actually been giving me a lot of like the stuff lying around our house, right? So her mom randomly had this big tub of like coconut hair stuff, which I've been using. So that's really nice to shed and realize, my God, we have so much stuff in our oh my God, I just realized, like, and digress much. Because I just realized something. I'm like, oh yeah, this share is about conscious movement and freedom. So the long and short of it, my friends, after much rambling on, was that, yeah, if you're not happy in your body, freedom and liberation is pretty gosh darn difficult. So get in touch with me if you need help working through body image issues, food control pattern issues, just general like self-loathing and stuff, because I just know how debilitating it is when we're dealing with like fucking acute chronic self-loathing, and then all of our patterns are just like spinning out. So we might be drinking too much, or we might be and again, there's no excess, there's no right or wrong. It's just about in knowing yourself, you can also know your edges. You can also know physically, metaphysically, like what substance and the consumption patterns work for you. And here's the juice of life. So when we start to do a conscious movement practice on the regular, the point of conscious movement is that it sensitizes you. So it sensitizes you to your being, and then when you sensitize to your beingness, you get better at listening to the intuition until you just are your intuition, which means really, in truth, your intuition is never going to guide you to do something that's bad. It's only other humans and duplicitousness and separation that makes us think that we're good or bad, that we're these polarized extremes. But the truth is, we are the totality. So you can use your lightness to shine light onto darkness and still enjoy some of the darkness, but use the light within you to completely always come back to balance every day, every moment, when you're called to do so, when it's available for you. That's why we meditate. That's why we do conscious movement. Is because really, to be alive, I have to be alive. I have to be alive in this body. Ma. And like, I testify that pretty much since puberty, so since I hit like 14, 15 was when like the bulimia just got really like suicidal and depressive and stuff like that. I could go into greater depth about like the true thing around all of that. But anyway, I had to work it out, and I know every one of you can work it out as well, but sometimes we need help. Conscious movement helps because you want to embody it, you want to bring it into your body. You need to sensitize your body so that you're not just logically, mentally, linearly driven. You want to basically stop thinking so much and then come to the presence field of your body so that your body is strong enough to hold space for when emotions come up, for when other people's emotions come at you, for da-da-da-da. Again, because most of us aren't in our body because we're not doing enough conscious movement work, we're just in old patterns because our body is what reacts usually. you know, the emotional field is what's being triggered, and then it's the thought form link. It's one thing. This is what I think, and I work with it as well, right? It's the emotions, no, it's the thought, it's well, it's everything all at once, all the time, multidimensional. It's like as soon as there's an emotional reaction, there will be a frequential thought form that comes with that. The diligence is to pull back, be aware, feel the present space. But again, it's been 10 years plus of a dedicated yoga practice, and then most of my life as being a physical practitioner in dance, of moving the body, and then having that physical reality, that visceral feeling of like hatred in my body, shame, guilt, fear in the cells of my body. And as I worked through those energetic, those emotional patterns, the weight literally fell away. But it was not a quick fix, and it still continues. It's still a conscious alignment thing, not willpowering or controlling food and exercise. But we do know that that's an access point, that moving our bodies and eating well. We're also going to do a vegan plant-based lifestyle course for you guys to help some of you transition to veganism if you so desire. Yeah. Oh, and unplug. We're going to do an unplug course and a yoga course. So we're actually going to be doing courses to help from every angle, but all of us have different access points. You know, yoga's not for everyone. For some people it's Tai Chi, but those of you who are like on that, you know, wanting to do more yoga, feeling the call to maybe go vegan, feeling like, oh shit, yeah, gotta do that zero waste thing. You're one of us, right? You're a fucking annoying ass vegan unicorn who wants to save the world. Duh! So join us. Join Alta Love. Get in touch with myself or teamlove@altalove.com and start asking questions about when we're launching, and maybe even sign up. You could sign up to like a pre-list before we go live for the launch. So those of you who watch the YouTube are getting a little special update. But first the tribe. First the tribe. The Fearless Light Tribe. Okay, I'm gonna end this video now because I'm talking pure gobbledygook. It's gobbledygook. But don't forget to move. Move your body. Move your body. Love you guys. Have an awesome day. Peace out.